Shalom, shalom. Double honors to the elders, sing honors to the apostles, preaching and teaching us. Fucking faggot there. The word of truth and with sincerity as always. Shalom, man. I'm gonna get into this lesson here. This short clip I saw here. Just wanted to share this.
As Native American people, we haven't been here for 250 years. We were here 200 million years before.
Not our independence, not my independence. I don't celebrate it.
A lot of holidays in America we don't celebrate that holiday.
This is going into hundreds gather at rally to say July 4th has nothing to do with Native American culture. July 3rd. This is flags, fireworks, and freedoms may come to mind on July 4th, but others in the U.S. don't view America's 250th anniversary as a celebration. For some Native American families, the country's complicated past shapes how they see the holiday.
Has really nothing to do with our culture.
We didn't cook out. We didn't celebrate what was going on. Because back then when I was little, I didn't even know what 4th of July was. I thought it was all about fireworks. What the government has done to our people. So much can be talked about.
They don't want to let people know the true history of America and how it was actually built. And it was built on almost the backs of our people, African American people, and they want to erase that. I actually homeschool my kids because of things like this, because I think what they're teaching in history is inaccurate.
WTOP News.
Yes, we're coming on. That's Gad there. Gad there. This is Deuteronomy 28 verse 49. The Lord will bring a nation against you from far away, from the ends of the earth. Like an eagle swooping down, a nation whose language you will not understand. A fierce-looking nation without respect for the old or pity for the young. They will devour the young of your livestock and the crops of your land until you are destroyed. They will leave you no grain, no new wine, or olive oil, nor any calves of your herds or lambs of your flocks until you are ruined. They will lay siege to all the cities throughout your land until the high fortified walls in which you trust fall down. They will besiege all the cities throughout the land the Lord your power is giving you. Yeah, so like that woman said, she said almost, which is off. It was built off the backs. Gad, southern tribes, Judah, and even Gadites. Once again, it's not no almost. It was. It's 53. Because of the suffering your enemy will inflict on you during the siege, you will eat the fruits of the womb. Yeah, so just going into how the Romans came, most recently the Americans came, or Europeans came, and started war with the tribes. I found that video interesting because not many people talk about that, and this just happened to be on my recommendations. And just showing you how basically there still is Gadites that basically understand that this devil is wrong.
Holidays in America, we don't celebrate. That holiday has really nothing to do with our people know the true history of America. I actually homeschool my kids because of things like this, because I think what they're teaching in history is inaccurate.
What they're teaching in history is inaccurate. Yes, and she has a point on that. That's a good point she made on that. Because you can't expect these devils, these fucking Edomites, to show you any respect to you Jakes, man. They're your fucking enemy, man. And I was watching, excuse my spelling there, yeah. It's hard to spell on these fucking phones and nowadays, the keyboard and shit. So just excuse my spelling there, but yeah, because I was watching this video from the brother who yesterday going into the racial, the title was There Will Be Racial Tensions. And recently of what's been going on with Nolan, that Jake that got drowned by the Edomites. And Kyrie Irving, not the basketball player, but the younger Jake in the high school that stabbed the Edomite, basically. And there was another one too where this Edomite shot this park where Judah was all in and gathered in. He came back and brought a firearm and started shooting. You have been having a lot about the recent offenses between Jacob and Esau recently. There's other smaller accounts too that wasn't talked about that brothers posted, that I saw brothers post. So yeah, man, the Lord is definitely I remember years back too, you had this fight in some dock place or ship place, Judah and these Edomites. Ultimately, when it all comes down to it, you Edomites would lose one on one fights. You Edomites would definitely lose easily, man. Without your weak ass guns and shit, you would lose miserably, man. Without all that pride and ego you have, You Edomites will lose miserably, man. This is Psalm 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Yeah, you can't expect these Edomites to be cordial with you stupid ass jakes, you fucking niggas that still wanna support the white man. I'm with the white man. I love the white man. I wanna save the white man. Listen, man, you in that spirit, you're gonna die. You're gonna be destroyed. So that shit ain't cool, man. You know that shit ain't cool. Yeah, shit. That shit is just gonna get your ass destroyed, man. It's gonna get your ass destroyed, your family destroyed. Any of jakes that want to still trust their enemy. Once again, they're smoother than butter. It's how this devil is gonna move. It's like he's like a smooth criminal. Like a song from Michael Jackson, "Smooth Criminal." That's how Esau is gonna be moving and jamming and bopping with you jakes fucking heads, man. Emotions. He's gonna deceive you, basically. And then he's going to just wait to make his move, man. Once you're just too blinded to understand what this devil's got behind the scenes. She mentioned once again. I'll play it back.
African American people, and they want to erase that.
And I also found it interesting that she mentioned African American people, that's Judah, because the Judah and Gad were both oppressed. It says in I forgot what scripture, but yeah, Judah and Ephraim were both oppressed. One of the scripture, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Both were taken into captivity, because there's no coincidence both of them were getting destroyed and fucked up over here by the white man at the same time. Why? And why is that? Because that's spiritual. Because that's prophecy. Because it proves that we are the same people. If Gad is gonna be fucking up if Esau is gonna, I almost said if Gad's gonna be fucking up Judah. If Esau is gonna be fucking up one tribe, he's gonna fuck with all the tribes, man. But the good news is this devil's gonna go down, man. This devil can't dance. He can't dance like us. He can't fight like us. He can't dunk basketballs, shoot free throw lines like us. He can't dress like us, cook like us. He can't do any of these things like us. His woman can't really dress like our woman. His woman can't move like our woman can move. This devil's just. That's why this devil has to go to our woman, man. Because his woman ain't good enough, man. Deep down, Esau knows that. I recently watched this movie yesterday going into the Odyssey. It was a very good movie. I recommend you go watch it. It's very good. Very good movie. Very good movie. But anyway, in that movie, they showed you one of the princesses, and she was a black woman. She was dark skin. And she was actually, and people were talking shit about that, especially Edomites. They was talking shit about that. Like, why are they hosting this black woman? Because that character she played, that black woman played, Christopher Nolan casted to play that woman who was supposed to be the most beautiful woman. And that in the world of that kingdom there, where she was with her king. So, and she was black, so that's really why they were talking down on that. And honest, and they also saying that she was ugly, but they just put a photo of her that's the ugliest photo, but really, in the movie she looked fine as hell. That chick was actually pretty attractive and sexy and pretty and pretty princess she looked like. So I don't know why they talked down on that, and a lot of that was also Edomites that was racist ultimately, and yeah, because it wasn't a white woman that played that role. And recently, yeah. So I'll just stop. I'll just play here.
I actually homeschool my kids because of things like this, because I think what they're teaching in history is inaccurate.
And what they're, she said, and once again, she said what they're teaching in history is inaccurate.
Little, I didn't even know what 4th of July was. I thought it was.
He said he didn't even know what 4th of July was. Yeah, because Esau took was in power. He's in power, and we've all followed this 4th of July shit. And yeah. But that's what happens when your enemy's in power, basically. You gotta follow his, whatever his ways are. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's the Edomites. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not aware who he is. Also, here I'm gonna get it in Psalm. King David talks about hide me from thy sword. Esau, Edom's name was also called a sword. Cain, going back to Cain. And the word red, which is what the color of blood. Psalm 17, because that's all this devil wants to do. This devil, he carries himself like he's cordial and wise and such a great, upstanding man. And that's how these simple jakes look at the white man as. But really, man, he's really, behind the scenes, he's really a devil that just wants to cause violence on your tribes, man, and further destruction on my people. Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked. Once again, the Edomites, so-called white people, who ain't white, they're red, which is thy sword. Yeah, but it's all he's also. But at the same time, the Lord controls these devils, and he controlled them to bring us down. Because we went off, we didn't listen, and Jake still ain't listening. So hence why destruction is overdue. And we ain't talking about all white people. Obviously, we preach that not all white people are Edomites. You got Jakes that are. You got Israelites that look white. You even got Edomites that can look black, have dark skin, but they're Edomites. And you just gotta look at their spirit. You gotta look at their spirit and how they walk, how they talk, how they carry themselves. And that's just the truth, man. So yeah, you can't get angry at the truth, just accept the truth. I'm not gonna be one of those simple niggas that just get angry at the truth. Oh, you're rebelling us. You're rebelling us. Stop rebelling us. You have the truth. Yeah, devil, we have the truth, and there's nothing you can do about it. Get mad at the Lord. Fucking dumbass. That's why we can't wait to have you devils in chains, man. As the saying goes, there's only room for one in this town, right? And so that's that. But that was the prophecy, right? Going back to Genesis 25, that's the prophecy, man. These two nations were in their womb. They were in Rebecca's stomach, and they was fighting each other. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the pages in the faith of the saints. So that's the end game for Esau. That's your end game, Esau. That's gonna be the fates. That's the predestination for you Edomites. Today, Yahushua said, the first shall be last, the last shall be first. Who's the first? That's the first right now is Esau. Yahushua was talking about how these devils are on top, But in the last, the Jacob's gonna be on top, man. And these devils know that. They know where the Israelites are. All these devils consciously, whether consciously, subconsciously, they know somewhere in their spirit they know that there's something about us that they wronged, and they know that some in their subconscious that they've, and also a lot of times consciously too, man. They know it. These devils know it. Each one of these devils, they know it, man. Their kids know, from that little ass baby Edomite devil that still can't speak, knows, all the way to their oldest 100-year-old ass Edomite walking down the street, man. They know, man. They know. They know that they are wrong. They're in denial. They're walking around like criminals. It's getting away scot-free for now, knowing that they're wrong, in denial. Because that's what the criminal does, man. He's got to be in denial after murdering and killing, and walk around with a smile in front of the victims' families' faces, like he was all good. 2 Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the road, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Yeah, so that the prophecy says that that's this right there. Jacob is gonna follow. Jacob is gonna come next. Jacob is the former of all things. And even on this side, bro, where we're just a laughing stock, because Jake is destroyed, man. Esau has done ultimately the Lord, but your Esau's done a number on our people, man. The way our people walk, the way our people talk, eating pork, becoming this docile shadow of what they used to be. And we're all just a shadow of what we used to be, because we've all been a victim of this devil, man, of his devices, his weapons. But even on this side, I mean, they still know we're the greatest people, man. They just won't admit it, because that's how the Lord built these devils to be. And I just want to add this clip here. Check this video out of this Edomite getting attacked by this bison here, which is, if I'm not mistaken, bison's like buffalo, basically same thing. And what we know about the buffalo is Esau killed all the buffalo. You had that one Edomite called Buffalo Bill, who basically killed all the buffalo. Basically, I don't know if it was all the buffalo, but basically killed a lot of them, to the point where they ain't even around as much as they would have been before this devil came in. And that's just going into how basically these devils don't care, man. They don't have any peace. They don't care for peace. They're not about peace. They're just about talking their shit and being a bunch of assholes.
$50 short this week. Apply for Atlas. If you don't get approved, they give you $50 just for trying. It takes like 2 minutes. And
terrifying video from Yellowstone National Park where a bison flipped a 65-year-old man in the air. CBS News correspondent Tom Hansen has the story, and before we show it to you, a warning. You may find the footage disturbing.
Everyone's bison! Look out, bison! Photographer Mike McLeod was camping in Yellowstone National Park on Friday when his wife saw a bull bison approach. He grabbed his camera and started shooting. You can see these two people walking along the perimeter road of the campground, and they take out their phones and get some pictures or video. And as soon as the bison stands up, the grandfather, he's like, "We're out of here, let's go."
After a white pickup passes, the bison springs up and charges toward the pair as they hid behind trees.
After the second loop around, the bison finally caught up to the grandfather, hooked him, and threw him up in the air.
McLeod says the man was laying on the ground at the mercy of the bison. That's when he put down his camera and went to help.
I charged the bison, yelling and screaming and kind of trying to put my camera up in the air, and a bunch of other men joined me, and we successfully hazed the bison off of the victim.
He says emergency vehicles arrived within 10 minutes. According to the park's website, bison run 3 times faster than humans, weigh up to 2,000 pounds, and visitors are advised to stay at least 25 yards away. This is the second documented bison attack in the park this year. Park officials say bison will defend their space when threatened, but according to McLeod, that wasn't the case this time.
They did everything right, and the bottom line is people come to the national park because it's wild and risky, and that's part of the downside is there's a risk.
And McLeod says he's been in touch with the family, who says he underwent surgery and is recovering in the hospital. Now, McLeod, who, by the way, is also a wildlife biologist, says the attack happened at the start of breeding season, which means males are more aggressive as they compete for dominance.
Nice, there you go, man. So he been that bison, the spirit hopped on the bison to attack him, man. The bison spirit knew there was something wrong about this devil, man, and attacked him, man. So when I saw that, I was actually laughing about it. It was pretty humorous to me, because that's exactly what it is, man. Even these animals know that something ain't right about these devils, man. And ultimately, man, you gotta like be in the society and have your head down, and subconsciously you already feel like feel like you've been beaten down, and you look down on your people and yourself because we've been beat down for so long. But ultimately, you gotta also fight that spirit, that demon in you that wants you to make you think that was all over you, greater than all our nation. The same nation that had the King David, King Solomon, all the kings, rulers of the medieval age. Hey, Timothy Severus was African, man. He was a black man. Diocletian, that was a Judite, that was a black dude, man. Constantine the Great, that was even that nigga, that was a black dude, a black man, all black man. You got Balso II, King Baldwin IV, King James, the black man. All these kings that we had. These are our people, man. These are our people. But yeah. Oh, the Spartans, there were the 300 Leonidas. That was a black man. You had a lot of Justinian of the Byzantine. He was a black man. Constantine the 11th. These were black men, man. And those other great generals, that's military man of war you had. There were a black man, Hannibal, which basically came up with the most successful and effective military formation to defeat your enemy that they still use I'm pretty sure that they still use till this day. The attack of Hannibal, basically, how he used he swallowed up the Roman army in the Battle of Cannae, basically the Battle of Cannae. The way he used that formation, basically, and maneuver that move he made, that's basically one of the same formations. That's one of the same formations that ever since then, every military general has been using since that time. They've copied Hannibal's military prowess there, that move there, signature move right there that he used in Battle of Cannae, which killed about, how many was it? I'll look it up here. And that was obviously, we already know that was a black man. It says indicate that about 86,000 Romans, roughly 48,000 to 70,000 were killed, and 10,000 to 19,000 were captured. Meanwhile, Carthaginians' force suffered only about 5,700 to 8,000 casualties. So 70,000 Romans basically died, along with allied troops, and only 5,700 men on Hannibal's side died, man. So just going into it, man, just basically Jake isn't just a bunch of niggas, man. Jacob is the forerunner of all things, man. Once again, man, Jacob is the forerunner of all things, man. And everything that the Romans used, from the toga, even that garment that their senators would wear, the toga, that was actually also not even a Edomite thing. That wasn't originated by Edomites. That was originated by the Etruscans, which at that point were Jake's Israelites that took over Greece. When you go into Troy in the movie Odyssey I went to go see yesterday, that was all Troy, around the time of Troy. That was all Jake's, man. And I bet even that whole story there, I bet Jake made all the Greek and those Greek gods, Zeus and Poseidon and Achilles and Athena and all those Roman goddesses too, Athena and Semiramis. Those are all also those Greek gods. Basically, those were all Jakes that made those too, man. I'm pretty sure Semiramis was a Greek god or whatever, but Pluto, that was a Greek god made, also created by Jakes, Jupiter and whatnot. Those were all made by Jakes, man. So basically, it's easy to say we ain't anything when we're down, but they never look at our history or the things that we did, man. That they actually, you Jakes, you Edomites, I mean, you took from us, man, and call it their own now, and just look down on our accomplishments. But that's fine, because that's what you do when you conquer a nation, and that's what we're gonna do to you Edomites, man. When we get the kingdom. Because which they don't think we're gonna get. They don't think that it's gonna happen. But with that, I mean, that's really the point. Yeah, that military move in this battle here that Hannibal made. How many men did Hannibal have? Hannibal had approximately 50,000 troops. The Romans fielded a massive force of about 86,000 soldiers. So the Romans had basically almost double the number. And Hannibal was able to defeat them with a few men. With men of half the size. And I'm also gonna mention Belisarius, man, who was one of the greatest. They also say is one of the greatest Roman commanders. Fuck it, I'll even mention him, man. Belisarius, who was one of the commanders under Justinian the Great's Justinian's rule. And that was obviously also, those both were actually, matter of fact, Justinian and Belisarius, those both are Jake's Israelites, man. So it's easy to say and point out how we ain't shit when we're just been defeated and cursed and brought low. But that's fine, man. That's fine, man. We'll see how that is when Yahushua returns, man. And gives us the glory, gives each of his people the glorified bodies, the perfection, and those double-edged swords once again, as it says in Psalm 149, man. With that, that's the point. And matter of fact, I'll close out with this one. This is Genesis 49, since we mentioned Gad. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome in the last. So that's Shalom. And a ball.